doing, boys and girls? So it has been 1 year since I've owned this amazing piece of machinery. I cannot believe that I have owned it now for 1 year. It literally only feels like I've owned it for a couple of months, and it has been such a pleasure to own. Like, going back from before I had this bike, I had nothing in between, and then before that I had the Keyway RKV 125, which was a great bike, but compared to this just blows that bike out of the water. And I've just had so much fun on this bike. I've met so many different people. I've done my first ever spiky ride out on it. So I mean, with this bike, it's opened up so many different doors for me, and I absolutely love it. It is definitely a bike that I'll be keeping for a very long time. So in this 12 months of owning this bike, I've literally had no problems. Like, nothing really whatsoever has really jumped out at me mechanically. No electrical faults, nothing like that. The only one problem that I actually had wrong with this bike was a little bit of rust water that came from there. But yeah, so many other people that I've known who have owned this bike and who own this bike haven't had any problems whatsoever. I've actually come off this bike and I have hit it pretty hard, and the only thing that really went wrong with it was the aftermarket levers and also body panels that cracked as well, which I had to get some new ones. But the best thing about that was they only cost me like £35 for 2 panels, I believe it was. So even if something does happen to it, it's pretty cheap to replace. But I'm honestly so happy with this bike. I really am. Like, it's been such a great bike for me, and I would honestly recommend it to anyone. I've had many people ask me, what's the bike like, how reliable is it, you know, is it worth getting? And I can 100% say yes, it is. And I know quite a few people who have bought this bike because they've seen my videos of this bike. And just look at it, it's absolutely stunning. Like, from every angle that you look at it, it's beautiful. The only real big thing that I've changed about this bike so far is obviously the exhaust, where I've just put a decap pipe on, and it makes it sound so much better compared to what it is when you get it. And then you whack that exhaust on it, it is absolutely beautiful. So that's the only big thing that I've done with it. I've obviously taken the mudguard off the back as well and done a tail tidy, which looks really nice. And I will be getting some new tyres. Like, a lot of people, when they first get this bike, they rip the tyres off straight away because they are not of the best quality, shall we say, because they're nylon tyres, which aren't the best quality tyres, especially in wet weather. But I've not really had too much of an issue with them, but I tend not to go out in wet weather just because I know how sketchy it can be. Regardless of your tyres, you know, it's always sketchy on a motorcycle, but if I can help it, I won't go on it because I don't really commute to work anymore on my bike, so I don't have to, you know, there's not a necessity for me to do that. And you just look around this bike and it is just a fantastic bit of kit, you know. For what you pay for, which is like £2,200 on the road over here in the UK, you get a lot for your money. You really do get a lot for your money. And I can't see myself having any issues in the future. I will definitely have to get it serviced again because I've done all the servicing myself as well. It's not been by a garage or anything. But I will definitely have to do another service soon, and I have actually put it through its paces, you know. Like I said, I've had a crash on it, I do a lot of wheelies, I do rag the hell out of this bike. So the fact that nothing has gone wrong on it mechanically just proves that it's a great bike, because I can promise you this now, I am not soft, I'm not gentle on the stuff that I own. I do take care of my stuff as well, I make sure it's serviced right and everything else, but I do rag the hell out of it. So you know that it's been tested, it's been trialed. So if you are looking at these kind of bikes, as it's either this, the Grom or the Kawasaki, I would definitely get this bike. This bike is just as good in quality, it's cheaper, it sits a little bit higher than the Grom, it's comfortable on long rides, and I have done long rides on it. I've got almost I've got 2,789 miles on it now, which doesn't sound like much, but like I said, I do ride it hard, so when I ride it on road, off road, everywhere I possibly can. So if you're looking for a beginner bike, something for a bit of fun, anything like that, boom, the TNT has got your back. The TNT squad as well, boys. Yeah, okay. So definitely 100% absolutely fantastic. Now that 12-month review has been put out of the way, let's go and have some fun and do some wheelies. Okay.
Okay, it's rap pack to my pulse flat. We keep it real, no false rap. I got 4 cars and they all black. Got 4 bras and they all that. We call that ballin'. Doing this is my calling. Flow is so appalling. My phone off and she calling. I'm like, yeah, what it do? Penthouse, man, what a view. Fall back cause I'm coming through with my whole team. They coming too, that's real.
Oh, that was wild. But if you do own this bike, or if you think of owning this bike, tell me what you think in the comments. Do you like it? Do you love it? What's your experiences with this bike? If you have liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe. If you haven't yet tapped that bell end yet, please smash that bell end, because it'll notify you of any more videos coming up in the future. And I'll see you again very soon. Bye!